Welcome to Empowered by Michaela Smith, where we talk all things corporate. Thank you very much for joining. Today's topic, we are going to talk about delegation. And I'm sure you have heard a lot of stuff about why should we delegate to our younger team members, why is delegation good for. But I tell you, even though it's such an obvious topic, from my experience, everywhere I worked, any country and any team I worked with, delegation seems to be a little bit of a challenge. I'm not quite sure why. I think probably because it's not always easy to let go. And we always think that if I do this myself, I will do it faster and it's going to be better. It's going to be without mistakes. So we kind of don't want to waste our time to coach somebody else and delegate to somebody else because we basically think we can do it faster. Now, we know why delegation is really, really important, and I will highlight two main points in here before we go into an exercise that I would like to do with you in regards to delegation. So, delegation is extremely important, first of all, because as a leader, it is our responsibility to develop our younger team members by not just dumping stuff on them and asking them do this, do that, by really coaching them how to take over certain tasks. We make them more integrated in our culture. We give them the opportunity to give their voice into things, to do things that how they feel would be best to do them. So we are passing on the trust to our team members, extremely important for the morale in your whole team. So that's basically our responsibility as a leader, and that's non-negotiable. Second thing why delegation is extremely important, well, simply, if you just take it from a selfish point of view, if you do pass on things to your team, you're creating space for yourself. So for your education, for your integration into company, for maybe having more time with for a conversation with your seniors, and so on and so forth. So it's like a cascade, it's a domino effect, creating a space for ourselves and giving opportunity to our younger colleagues to be part of a bigger picture. I would like to do a short exercise with you, and that's the purpose of this video. Even if you have been in your leadership role for a while and you believe that you are great at delegating and really you're not doing anything else or anything extra that you know you could be passing on, I still invite you, take a few minutes for yourself and take a piece of paper. Think about all the projects, tasks, things that you do on daily basis or on weekly basis, and write down the list of things that you believe you could delegate. Really dig deep. Even if you think there is nothing anymore that you can delegate because you've delegated everything, dig deep. What is there that you could delegate to one of your team members? And be concrete. Don't just put, I will just use a simple example. Don't just use doing the reports. What report? How often do you do it? How long does it take you? Why is that a report important? Who reads it? How often does it go out? So be very, very concrete so that you know exactly what you're talking about and how much time does it take you to do that. Once you do have these tasks or these projects, these jobs written down, I recommend to choose maybe 2 or 3, not more than that. So if you have got a list of 10, because you are just starting with delegating, for example, if you have got a list of 10, just choose 2 or 3. If you've got one, great, just go for that one. So once you have got them down, think about the person in your team that you want to delegate it to. And think about why. Now, it's very important that you have got a longer term in your mind for your team member. So, for example, Johnny can take over this task because he wants to progress in his corporate career and reach the next step as a, manager of procurement or whatever it is. So think about why would you give that particular task to that particular person? How is that going to benefit that particular person in her or his further development? And of course, does he or she have the skills to do that? And how is that going to contribute to the whole team's performance? Once we've got the item, we've got the name of the person, think about how long is it going to take you to coach Johnny to do that task. Is it 2 weeks? Is it 3 weeks? Is it 6 months if it is a big project? But really think about how much time do you need to do that. And this is where we get stuck, because as I said at the beginning, we feel, oh my God, I have to spend time with Johnny, I have to talk him through it, he will not understand it, it's a bigger picture, he will not get it, so I better do it myself. Really, no, people. In the long run, you will be grateful that you have delegated and you have coached Johnny to take over that particular task, because you will create space for yourself. So please do that. It's very important that you do that timeline. And when you know how much time you need, then just give yourself a deadline and say, let's say as of 1st of July, I would like Johnny to fly by himself, take it over, and be completely in charge of that particular project. Now, once you have got this exercise, this part of what you want to do in terms of delegation and to whom and why, the second part starts, and that is even more important than the first one. Sit down with Johnny and tell him why do you want him to take over the task. So please do not just go and dump things on people. And this is what happens all the time, over and over and over. And I can see this really, especially with more junior people, maybe the people that just start, when we start being leaders, when we start delegating, we just think, okay, you do this because of this. And we do not take sufficient time to explain to people why. And why should we do that? Well, simply when you tell Johnny, look, Johnny, I have got this task and I have been doing this for myself for 2 or 3 years, but I believe you are ready to take that over, because I can see where you want to go. We had a discussion about your development. This fits exactly perfectly into your development, and I really think you are ready. You've been with the company for XYZ, and I feel very confident that you are the best person to actually take this task over. So what you're doing as a leader, you're creating trust, you are creating credibility, you are giving people motivation, you are giving them confidence, you are engaging them. And if you do this with 2 or 3 people in your team, depending on how big your team obviously is, you will see, guarantee, you will see a uplift in morale in your team, which will help to lift up the whole performance. Because if you have got 2 or 3 people that are motivated, engaged, they see the future, they will have an effect on the other people in the team. So please do take that time. And another important thing, do not tell Johnny how to do that stuff. Explain what it is and what do you or what does the company want to achieve through that project, through that task, and let Johnny give his own angle to it, his own view, his own ideas, his own soul. So do not train people. It's a big difference between training somebody and between coaching somebody. Let them have their space, let them have their freedom, and guide them, give them supporting hand. Just do not tell them how to do that particular stuff. And as well, tell him, we are aiming for 1st of July, so as of 1st of July, I would like you to take this over. But, of course, don't worry, I'm here with you throughout the whole process. Even after 1st of July, if you're still not okay, then I am here to support you, so don't worry about it. So extremely, extremely important. Once you do this, a part for yourself starts, right? So as I said at the beginning, one reason is that we have to contribute to the education and development of our team members. Second thing is we are creating space for ourselves. So once you do this, and once Johnny takes over the task and flies by himself, you have now created time for yourself, right? Maybe it's half an hour a week, maybe it's an hour a week, maybe it's half an hour a month, who knows? But be very, very, very cautious about how are you going to use that time. Because the whole point of delegating to somebody something is that you're creating space for yourself so that you can get more education, you can get more training, you can get more strategic, let's say, you can spend time on other things. Because what happens very often is that we just waste the time. So we gained an hour, half an hour, 2 hours, whatever, but all of a sudden we just start checking emails, we drink coffee, chit chat. So we're just wasting the time. So that space that you have created for yourself is gone. So be very, very conscious about it. And again, I invite you to write things down. Every time you want to achieve and monitor something and track something, it needs to be written down so that you can really track the progress of your people and of yourself. So write down, I don't know, got a half an hour every week. I want to take another project from my senior. So I will go and talk to my senior to see if I can be delegated a bigger picture so that I can contribute to the company. Or I'm interested in this, I'm interested in that, I want to be a part of it. Now I have more time, I do want to do that. So I invite you, as I said, really, delegation, do not underestimate. And I invite you as well to do one more thing. Watch your managers or your directors, if you have got more directors underneath you, how are they doing with the delegation to their team members? That's a different topic because as I said before, it's a domino effect. But very often we do delegate to our number twos, and I'm sorry to call them like that just for the ease of reference, our number twos, but our number twos very often do not know how to delegate further. So they get stuck with a lot of stuff, and then the items or topics, projects are not cascaded down. So be very, very careful about that. That's the second phase of delegating and coaching how to delegate. So there you have it. Please do that exercise. It's really, really good because you will find out there is always something that you can free yourself of, and it's great stuff because, as I said, you can use that time for yourself. We always are short of time, so create more time for yourself. Thank you very much for watching. We will be doing these corporate videos every second Tuesday. So they will be coming out every second Tuesday, either on YouTube channel, please go and subscribe there, or on Facebook and other different social media. Or you can also go to my website, which is at the moment a blog website, www.michaela-smith.com. Please go and subscribe there if you want to be kept updated about these topics connected with our corporate world, corporate living, which I want to talk about and share my experience with all of you and help if I can. The blog website will be transformed into the new coaching website, which is going to be launched at the beginning of July. Very much looking forward to that. Also, if you have got any topics you are interested in or you would like to discuss, anything that's going on in your everyday life with your team and you might be struggling with, or you might want different opinions from my side or from other people that are watching these videos, please just write them down in the comments or send me the messages, because that's what we want to do. We want to create a community of people working in the corporate environment so that we can help each other, we can support each other, because really we all go through the same stuff. So if we can help and if we can avoid mistakes as all the people did before, then we should do that. We should share that knowledge further down. Great, thank you very much. I will see you again in 2 weeks' time with another video. Have a great time. Any questions, please just let me know. Bye.